I went to the academy a while ago, and we were never taught to racially profile. And none of the training that I've been in has even come close to that. And obviously I'm half Mexican, I'm half Hawaiian. So, you know, I come from different backgrounds. The second thing I wanted to hit on was, it was brought up a couple of times regarding the historical context. And we know where policing comes from. I forgot to mention, I'm also a current student at Cal State Fullerton. I've taken Professor Gardner's class, by the way.
Frank, real quick, you said we all know where policing comes from. Where does it come from?
Slavery. So it was deep rooted in slavery is how it started. But what I wanted to hit on regarding historical context, and I think this kind of goes for anything in general in society, is obviously I wasn't part of that history. I don't think anyone here was necessarily part of that history. We can't change it. So how do we move forward from that? Like, and I kind of throw that question out there as to anyone, like, how do we move forward? Because until we obviously aren't denying what happened or what was in the past, but how do we move forward from that? And how do we, so that we can bridge that gap, I think is the biggest question for me, because I would hate to say that, you know, I have to answer for what my profession did in the past, because at least for me and my department and the other department that I used to work for, that wasn't the case. That's not how we operate, contrary to, you know, a lot of people's beliefs, which is, you know, pushed on by the media and what's out there. How do we move forward? Like, in my opinion, we can't move forward until we, you know, come to a specific common ground and then, you know, go forward from there.
Thank you for that, Frank. I beg to differ. You may not be a part of past history, but you are part, big picture, of law enforcement history. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're looking at the age of law enforcement, where law enforcement has never had this many people of color and women and openly gay people in this profession. This profession, for the longest period of time, was strictly white male. So when we talk about history, that's where it started. If you were female or you were a person of color, you were not permitted to be in this particular profession, which puts law enforcement as a profession in line with a whole bunch of other professions in our society. So you're making history now. What history are we making?